In this video, we're going to be reviewing what changes have been made to Worship Extreme version 2019.4.7. Hey guys, this is AJ the CEO. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, thanks for stopping by. And on this channel, we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. The folks at Worship Extreme are still at it, making constant improvements to their program, Worship Extreme. So let's go ahead and log in and let's see what new features are there. All right, we're here and let's go ahead and log in and let's see what they have for us. All right, so what has changed so far? Let's go to our settings first. And default background, I think that's different. I don't recall that. I could be wrong. Bible template, Bible translation, that's the same. Title slide, all that stuff is the same. Upload media, all this other stuff, that's the same. Okay, nothing changed under defaults. Under footer, that's about the same. Interface, I thought I set this for myself, but this is the same. They do have the dark option there, which I will keep right now. And Bibles, again, we've talked about this before. They did in the last update, I believe, they had the option where you can turn off the Bibles that you're not using. So the only ones that I'm using are these here. King James, I downloaded the new King James, also American Standard Version and World English Bible. All right, screen configuration. This has not changed, which is good. Hey, wait a minute. I think we're seeing something new. They now offer GPU hardware accelerations. Now, I run my stuff on a fairly decent computer, very powerful computer, I guess, in comparison to what most people probably run. So I'm wondering what type of performance you would get out of this. Normally, like at my home church, recently we have updated, no, actually I didn't update that system. We have a GTX, NVIDIA GTX 1050, and that's what's powering our system. Here I'm using right now, which is beyond overkill on my system right now, is a RTX 2070, and then but I have ran this on the Ryzen 3 and Ryzen 5 series APUs, so I'm wondering what type of performance gain would happen with this GPU acceleration. I'll have to test that in the later part, but if you have a graphics card, I would say enable this, because I mean this sure isn't in comparison to running any type of major video games or anything like that. So this would help if you're noticing any performance, which I would think that would probably be tied to playing videos or anything like that. But that's the only thing I noticed. I don't believe this was in the last update, so I'm just going to say that this was the most recent. All right, let's go over to stage display. Now again, I am running the full version, all right, of Worship Extreme, so I have full access to everything. So right click blocks for more options. I think this is still set to when we set this last time. Don't see anything new there. Well, let's go ahead and reset it just to see. Yeah, nothing's different from there. That's fine. All right, library. All right, that's all the same. Connections. I connected this to my Google account for the Google Slides. Early adopter stuff and cache. All of that's still the same. So let's see, do we have any new options in here? Song usage report, that's been there. I think this is probably just a performance type of update. I believe there's my Bible trivia stuff that I did a couple of weeks ago. Now they did, that is the new thing that they did. They added a way to where now you can add scripture on the fly and it does not count towards your queue list. Also, in the queue list for the ones who use the free plan, it went from having 10 items to now you can have 15. So thank y'all again. Another reason why, if anybody had any issues, it used to be they would have 10 items and then they would have to change it in the middle of the service, but they give you 5 more now. So that is cool. But again, in here in the scripture, you can go in here and search for whatever scripture and being able to put it up live. Let me go live here. Let me see how that works. So from here, as you can see, it is going live automatically, which is cool. And let me cut over to this other screen so you can see it. So as you can see, and I'm getting cut off in my video, but it's being displayed and it's not being used as a slide, which is cool. So that can free up some folks if they now you can literally do your scripture without having to use without having to place it in your timeline at all if you really wanted to. So say for example, if your pastor is preaching on something, you could always put his scripture up or their scripture up or whoever like that, or if it's a reading for the entire congregation to do, you can put that in your playlist because you know that's not going to change. But say somebody is coming to preach and they just say they say the book, they say the chapter, but most of the time when they say verses, sometimes they jump to other places, and this is a lot easier to be able to jump and shotgun all over the place to whatever scripture you got, because I literally just put in the book and the chapter, and now I have access to that entire chapter right there on the fly in the same way. So, and the fact that you can set the template that you want, so you can make it the lower thirds if you have something like that. You can hide or show your references if you want, and you can set your background. So all of that is embedded in there, as you can see. And I normally hide it because I am using the downloader. I don't want to see New King James.xml. I don't want nobody to see that. But as you can see, it works pretty good. I really like that. And let's see. Again, I doubt I'm gonna see any type of GPU performance on this. Hey, but it's using 10% GPU on video decoding. So again, the GPU is going to be used for playing video and stuff in the background. So that will always help to you offload what you can to your GPU when you can. So that is pretty cool. And I'm using NDI, which is using up a lot because that's how it's y'all are seeing everything on my recording. Nothing really major in this update except for adding the ability of the GPU acceleration, which I'm going to say is a part of that because I didn't notice it in the last update, as well as the enhanced amount of items you're allowed in your queue list, as well as being able to do scripture on the fly that does not count towards any entries in your playlist. So thank you guys again at Worship Extreme. Keep up the great work. Love your program, and I know a bunch of y'all who are watching my channel were just introduced to Worship Extreme. I have been happy with what you've been using. So if you like this type of content, I appreciate a like, consider subscribing, and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. This is AJ. We will see you on the next video later.